Hello. We are going over the 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. You are watching this on the Halachgoy channel of YouTube. I'm a Halachgoy, and you can be one too. 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. Prophecy number 21. The blood of the Lamb saves from wrath. We find this prophecy in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 13. The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are, and where I see the blood, I will pass over you. No destructive plague will touch you when I strike Egypt. We find the fulfillment of this prophecy in the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 8. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Now, this is one of the prophecies where I felt a need to look around in the book of Romans to see if maybe there was another verse that got mixed up. I wasn't able to find the other verse, therefore I assume that this is the one that the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission was speaking of. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So, while the children of Israel were still sinners, the Lamb died for them in their houses. It's not clear if that's what's being spoken of in the book of Exodus. In the book of Exodus, God is getting ready to strike. He in some of the plagues, He struck all of the population. In other plagues, the Egyptians were struck and the children of Israel were protected. This is a pretty serious plague, and God told the people that what they were to do to not be destroyed by it. The people are to sacrifice a lamb, either a sheep or a goat, sacrifice a lamb, cut its throat, have the blood pour into a vessel. That blood is to be taken to the doorpost, placed on the doorpost as a sign, so that God, or the angel of the Lord, so that God would see that there is the blood on that doorpost and would pass over that household. No harm would happen to the people inside of that house. The blood itself is not the reason why God passed over the house. The blood is a sign that what God wanted to have happen was happening in that house. The blood was a clear sign that the Passover was being fulfilled in that house. The people that were in that house were partaking in the Passover. They were doing the things that God asked them to do. It's not that the blood itself made any difference. So at this point, I'm not sure what the Apostle Paul, I kind of understand what the Apostle Paul is saying. I don't understand what the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission is doing putting these two verses together and saying it makes a logical connection as a prophecy. So there's not much else I can get out of this. The next prophecy we'll be looking at, Christ is our Passover. This prophecy is found in Exodus chapter 12, verses 21 to 27. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.